I am breaking up with Obsidian. Maybe not full on breakup, maybe we're just taking some time apart to find ourselves, but after nearly 20 hours worth of Obsidian videos and using it every single day for 5+ years and running my whole creator life and helping other people do the same, what in the world is going on that makes me want to step away? Well, that's what I wanted to cover in this video and to tell you what I'm doing instead and why and how I'm making that happen. And also we'll touch on the future of the channel since Obsidian is mostly what I cover. So we've got a lot to talk about in this video, so let's get into it. Hello, welcome. My name is Jonathan Pritchard from Plus One Creator, where my goal is to help there be one more creator in the world, and hopefully that is you. And a big part of how I've been doing that for years is sharing the gospel of the amazing program that is Obsidian. Um, so here's what happened. Here's what happened. Um, a couple weeks ago, I was with my daughter and she just straight up looked at me and said, "Daddy, put your phone away and play with me." And I realized that I was on my phone all the time. I was on my laptop all the time. And I even think of myself as somebody who isn't addicted to their phone and digital devices and everything. But a lesson that I learned from one of my mentors from sales is, Jonathan, always have a physical notebook to take notes in, because if you're in a valuable conversation where it's high stakes and you're talking to somebody that has a lot of money on the table, if you take notes on your computer, it looks exactly like you're checking your email or Twitter or doing anything that you could do on a laptop. They don't know in their heart that you're taking notes. It's, oh, he's on his computer. I assume he's paying attention. But if you are writing down in a notebook, that makes them feel like, oh man, he's taking note of what I'm saying, and that makes me feel important. I know that he's paying attention and he's keeping track of what we're saying. That feels great. So I realized that I was taking notes about what my daughter was doing, but to her, it looks like daddy's on his phone. He's probably on Twitter doing whatever. So even though I was keeping track of important things and she would say something cute and I would want to keep track of it in Obsidian, it was just that dad's on another device instead of paying attention to me. So that's really it. That's really it, which is that I've got a young daughter who just turned 3 years old, and I've got another daughter that's about 7 months old as of the time that I'm recording this. So I've seen firsthand that my daughter is way more likely to do what she sees me doing than anything I tell her to do. If I want her to work out and have fun, well, I have to work out and have fun for her to play along and go be silly in the backyard. I can't just sit there on the couch on my laptop and go, all right, go do fun stuff. Like, I got to go do it first. So I want to show her that reading and writing is really cool and valuable and wonderful. One of the number one skill sets you're going to need growing up, kid, is the ability to read. And if you learn how to write, then you are going to be way ahead of your competition. Now, I'm not a Luddite. I'm not saying that I'm a technophobe and I never want her near a tablet ever. She's going to learn all that stuff. And I want her to understand the power and value of the written word and being able to record your thoughts and get it out of your mind in a physical way, because it encodes a lot of metadata around those notes. When I look at a note, and I have an art degree and I've got sketchbooks from years ago, and when I'm looking at those sketches, I can remember where I was when I made those sketches. And you don't get the same thing when you are typing away in Obsidian. So that's why I'm moving away from Obsidian. Now, it's not going to be a total, complete stepping away, because if I'm doing a set list or a keynote or a workshop or working with a client about certain details, I will take my notes in there about things that I need to manage through time. But when it comes to life and everything that I would be putting into Obsidian, I'm putting it into a physical notebook. And in fact, let me show you. This is the notebook that I am using, and this is the official bullet journal version of the notebook. It's got 3 ribbons in it. Let's see if we can get that focused. Yeah, there we go. So this has 3 ribbons in the notebook, and I've already got a whole bunch of stickers in here, and I added a pen loop, which I could go bonkers talking to you about different types of pens, and maybe in future videos we'll dig into that. But for this, um, yeah, this is where I am keeping all of my notes. Now, this is my real daily stuff, so I don't want to share everything in here because I got a lot of bonkers stuff going on. But yeah, this is where I'm writing everything down. So, in terms of future videos, I absolutely want to talk about how I've set this up, lessons I've learned from Obsidian that I'm putting directly into my bullet journal that helps make it crazy useful, and I'm not losing track of information, because that's a big reason why I went to Obsidian. Was I had too many notebooks and I couldn't find where the information was, and I couldn't find it anyway. So let me just go put it in Obsidian. Well, a lot of the lessons I've learned from organizing my information in my vault for Obsidian in a digital platform, I'm putting right into this notebook, and it's making it way better, way easier. So for the channel, my hope was that I would talk about all things creator, how to keep track of ideas, how to do branding and marketing and doing business stuff and sales for creators and just everything about it. But for some reason, the Obsidian videos just blew up, and that's the only kind of video that folks would watch. So if you've made it this far, let me know in the comments whether you're only here for Obsidian, or are you here for general creator stuff, or are you just here for personal productivity? And if journaling is a part of that, cool, you're still along for the ride. I would just love to know how this is landing for you, because my dream is to share my journal ideas and how I'm organizing it, my journey of using this instead of my digital tools for everything around my kids and that kind of stuff. So hopefully this channel stays alive doing that kind of thing instead of just making Obsidian videos. So yeah, that's it for now. I wanted to share this proof of life video and let you know what's been going on since I haven't been making a lot of Obsidian videos. I didn't think it was um, genuine for me to keep making videos just to get views about a tool that I'm not actively using all the time just to game the system. So I might make another video or two about Obsidian, because there were some plugins that I wanted to share, and kind of my top 10 H through Z, whatever that is, about kind of the plugins that I use the most often. So I did a part 1, and I should wrap up the part 2 before I sign off Obsidian completely. But yeah, that's it. That's the update. Hopefully this helps you out, and share this video if that makes sense, or at least like it if you got this far, and definitely leave a comment on whether you're sticking around or you're going to be going off. I just love to know where your head's at. In the meantime, I think YouTube is suggesting that you watch this video, and I will see you over there.